Welcome everybody to this week's edition of Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with
Uncle Spoke.
And Damon Armstrong.
we're happy to be here this week, man, and all be the glory all to the be. You know what I'm saying? It's been one of those good weeks where you don't have for me, I'm talking about, where I don't have a major complaint, but I still got the stub your toe complaint. Like, God. You know what I'm saying? But I would love a day full of those than the other. You know what I mean? So, Jaquari.
Yep.
How are you today, sir?
I'm good, man. I had a pretty fulfilling day at work and everything, man. Got some things done. And you spoke about complaints, man. It took me a long time, man, to understand about myself that I enjoy the process of complaining more than solving the problem sometimes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, cause I just like as I get older, man, I start pissing and moaning about, the most minute thing. And I don't know why. I mean, it's and I find myself asking myself, man, are you happy? And I don't have any reason not to be. My health is I'm in general good health. I'm gainfully employed. My wife is at home. I need a hobby, man. And I've fallen down. I plan to curb my consumption of social media, man, because I've fallen down the toe surgery rabbit hole. Like people like doing surgery like in offices or whatever on bunions and ingrown toenails and shit. Man, it's the strangest thing, man, and I'm fascinated with it, man. But I'm done with it though, because I was watching one this morning, and they always seem to be in a foreign country, right? And they don't never be using no anesthesia, man. So it was funny to me when I first started watching it, because people be like, it's just be in pain, and that was funny to me, man. But I seen one this morning, and the setting was like pristine, like they was like in an operating room, right? Dude had on gloves, and it was like an angry toe, man. It was an angry toe, and he started cutting on it and shaped it up pretty nice, and he went to file it down a little bit, and when it got too dusty for him to see, he said, and I was like, wow, this motherfucker wasn't wearing no mask. He wasn't wearing no mask. He done saved off about a half a pound of dead necrosis toenail in a pristine operating room and wasn't wearing no mask. I'm sorry. I was ranting. But I had a good day, bro.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Probably get all kind of staphylococcus and fungi.
It blew all over the place. He said, it blew all up in the camera, man. I said, man, you just, man. So I gotta let that go, man.
Did it seep down in his lungs?
Yeah,
do one of these now.
No. I didn't see the man when the doctor sat down and started examining it. The doctor was like, "Oh."
I tell you what, Damon, and I'll save it to after Damon. How was your day today?
My day was good, man. I just hung out with the baby, man, and we vegged out, watching our stories, man.
Okay.
Then I watched a little bit of stuff on YouTube so I can give me a good laugh, listen to Trump speak and Hexef speak. Just to get a good laugh, man. Look at incompetence. And yeah, well-rounded day, man.
Yeah. I tell you, you know what it keeps me in mind of before? How doctors used to smoke during any kind of examination.
Hey, y'all remember Dr. Pierce? Y'all remember Dr. Pearson?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Pearson gave me my first physical in the 8th grade. He was smoking a doggone Marlboro.
Mm-hmm.
The cigarette in the
Hey.
corner of their mouths, man. Yeah, man.
And
Seriously.
his eye was squinty.
Not
Look.
to one up you, bro, but
You're one of those Armstrongs, aren't you? Yeah.
Look. And then we had the nerve to say, man, you got to get some more exercise.
Yeah.
yo, hey, not to one up you, bro, but what about the people who used to pump gas smoking cigarettes and shit?
Oh man.
Oh man. I
With
don't get it.
and it was that regular unleaded too.
The more volatile one, if you just look at it and start to
People
flames
just said
start
that
shooting up out of it.
People just sit there, lean up the car, just puffing on the cigarette. I'm like, when you think about that, was crazy as hell, man.
Crazy, man.
To the
Crazy.
point where
Yeah.
to the point where they had to make a law again.
Yeah. They did.
Oh
They
man.
You know? That's funny, man. That's just a simple fact. Like, imagine gynecologists smoking while they're examining them poor women. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and it was frowned upon for men, for women to be gynecologists. You know that? It was always a man's job. You know? And I'm not pissing on that job because that's important. Women's health is important, especially, you know, right? But you know them freaky ass motherfuckers. You know that that's what they got in it for.
Yeah. And
Look, be like, you know, being rough and how does this feel? Woman kick you in the face. So tell me, answer your question. Answer your own question for me, doctor. You know?
Yeah.
That's
crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
Power is
Hey,
in
look.
the wrong hands, man. For real. It's been
I'm
like
gonna
that
tell you.
in different
Go
fields
ahead,
for decades. The
go
power
ahead,
is
Decoy, would you?
the power was in the wrong hands, man. But it's been like that for decades in different fields.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, just a side note when it comes to sports. Got another topic later, but last weekend, I was excited for the first time in maybe 5 or 10 years. No, maybe 5. I'm gonna say 5 years of watching a college basketball game.
Yep.
UConn and Duke, man.
Oh.
Listen, I'm Big East, right? Pitt, born and bred. Could not stand UConn, could not stand St. John's, could not stand Villanova, so on and so forth, right? But if they were in the double A's, I'm a root for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely couldn't stand Villanova. But that year that was it Vincent? What was his last name? Vincent? Where he hit that jump shot to beat Carolina at the buzzer for Villanova. That was the most excited I ever got. But then last week, when UConn came from 19 down to beat Duke, and I felt bad for that little baby boozer. You know what I mean? Because the two guys were wide open.
Yep.
You know, but it was a hot potato. So what do you do? Over 6'7", 6'5", try to throw it up over. They hop in the air, they desperate. And then that shot. I'm gonna tell you, I was sitting there, I was watching this game, and like I said, I respect UConn, but I'm not gonna cheer for them like that. I hopped out that seat like I was in the game. Like, ah, yeah.
But that's probably
But
gonna be that's probably gonna be what get him in the league though, man.
oh yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Trying to,
No doubt about it.
and he's already an exceptional player, man. But him trying to make up for that situation, hopefully that's gonna stoke that fire, man. He's gonna be successful like his dad.
Mm.
Yeah. So I got a question
Yeah,
for y'all, man. No, go ahead. Go ahead, Damon.
I was gonna say I done had a few situations like that I wish I could take back.
Yeah. I mean, and it's all about the game for me.
Yeah, it
So
is. It's all situational.
Yeah, I don't get caught up on the winning the wise, you know what I mean? Because I done broke many people's hearts and got mine broken when it came to the sports. I mean, that's why you actually play, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? That thrill, you know, on the football field, the basketball court, the baseball field. That's what you get into it for. Of course, you feel better when you win, you know, but being out there and contributing and trying to win, I think it forges us into the people that we could be, you know. So I got a question for you. It was a scenario a couple of days ago, maybe 3 days ago. Young lady was on here, I mean, in Raleigh, North Carolina. The lady was on a ride share, right? Not familiar with all the details, but she was on the ride share. And the guy who was there, he kidnapped her, pulled out a pistol, right? Kidnapped, took all his clothes, he was butt naked from the waist down, and he proceeded to sexually assault her. I don't think he got too far. Well, I think she fought him off because she was able to get in contact with the police, and the police arrested her, right? Just so happened, I knew this young lady. I knew her, you know, since she was in the 9th grade. And she is maybe just turned 30. So I knew her for a long time. And me and my ex-partner, we were talking about it. And he asked the question. Keith Barnes, as a matter of fact, friend of the show. What's up, Keith?
What up, KB?
He asked me a question. He said, Keith, if you got that call with us knowing her the way we do, and I'm posing this question to both of you guys, knowing her the way that we do, would you have done something? Meaning done something to him. Would you have done something to him? I said, maybe I wouldn't have. I would have hoped that he resisted me. Be honest with you. Because it personalized. I knew this, pretty much watched this young lady grow up. You know what I'm saying? And it lets you know that policemen, law enforcement officers are, this is my point of view, are human beings, man. So we're fallible and we have the same emotions as other people. You know what I'm saying? And we could be heroic too. So my question to you guys, not asking you what you would physically do, but mentally, what place would you have been if you were the responding officer? Where would your head have been?
I would do everything exactly by the book. And from that point on, from the arrest, as far as I could follow that situation, I would be there every opportunity to make sure that man suffered to the letter of law. if I took my anger out on this person, which is the natural response, I mean, and I'm just considering the population that I work with, I mean, every kind of trauma you want to think of, you know, the young people that I deal with have been through, and over the years, some of them I've grown attached to. It would be hard. It would be hard, but I've been in pressure situations, before. Uh, Nothing ever that major, but I would conduct myself as a professional, make sure that I didn't fuck it up.
Okay. Damon, what about yourself?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I mean, especially if I'm close to her. Bro, if I'm being honest, I really don't know what I would do. But I'm like Jacory, I'll try not to mess it up. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean I won't be sitting around thinking about ways of cracking his head. You know what I'm saying? And that's a rough one, bro. That's a rough one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know her and this motherfucker did that? Come on, bro. That'd be difficult for me, man.
And
I'm getting bad. I'm pissed off now.
I also know people in prison. I also know people in prison.
Got you. I got you. And I ain't say that for this vengeful thing, but I thought that was a great question.
What?
That was a great question that Keith asked me, because throughout, there's been certain situations during the course of the job that got personalized with somebody I knew, either the victim or the suspect. I actually knew them. You know what I'm saying? And I made sure that they were comfortable. But see, I do that with anybody else, though. You know what I'm saying? Benita says a conflict of interest. It's not a conflict of interest, Benita, because you're there as a law enforcement officer. That's it. You do your job. You're there to do a job. And really and truly, both Damon and Jacory said that they would make sure that they did the letter of the law. Me too. But I probably, like, in my mind, just my thought process, I would want to harm this person just because of my nurturing side. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the law enforcement, you have to get there. Now, into the investigation, that's when the conflict of interest comes. You know what I'm saying? If you're associated with this. And then if you're smart, once everybody gets there, you go to your supervisor and say, look, I know them personally. I got to be out here on the peripheral. I can't be involved because I know them personally. You know what I mean? Because that's a smart way of doing things, But like I said, it's not a real. I kind of figured what you guys. I kind of figured I had an idea what you guys would have thought, but I just wanted to ask just for GP and guys and young men and women in the comments. Please let us know. Benita, I understand the big responsibility that you have. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Those rules have to be in place.
Absolutely. But I mean, law enforcement, man, corrections, you have to be in a mind state where you can deal with horrible people fairly, by policy. Nothing about, no, they can. Not nothing about coddling them or anything, but you have to do things by the letter of policy in order to keep them where they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Which makes a lot of sense.
yeah, I'm in no way anybody's judge and juror or anything like that. And you know how the American justice system is, man. You know, not every person who gets locked up is, you know, is guilty, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But for those that are, when they deal with Mr. Armstrong, they're going to be treated fairly. And you know, whatever complaints they have, it won't be about treatment.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. And look, guys, this is sort of a random day, but it's sort of things that have been crossing my mind. My question to you is, then I'll roll into how a question for you guys. When did being conservative become a negative word, man? And I'm not talking about political conservative. I'm talking about as a human being conservative. When did that become, and I'm speaking broadly, you know what I'm saying? And you guys, and also I want to add, I'm speaking from watching social media. In real life, I believe, especially in our community, that we work off of being conservative. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that is, to me, my opinion, that is the proper way of being. Not conservative where I'm banning things, but conservative in the sense that, hey, let's look at how this is and let's deal with it accordingly. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, and you know, just look at the word conservative. I mean, it means to save. It means to be frugal. It means to, you know, constrict yourself to a certain degree. You know, young people especially, man. You know, with you know, through inexperience, they can't fathom it. Because as soon as I get grown, shit, I'm gonna have a car, man. I'm gonna smoke every day and all this and all that. And when they see that that's not possible, man, you know, things start to change for them. You know,
Okay.
I mean, as conservative as we were when we were teenagers or whatever, you know, my frame of thinking today, I would have, it would have been totally alien to me. Like, you know, who is this guy? Who did I grow into? But you know,
Got you.
and
Damon,
I'm
what
not.
about yourself? Oh,
I,
I'm sorry, Corey. Go ahead.
yeah, I'm not a hope to die conservative, man. I'm not.
None of us are, in my opinion. None of us are. But being conservative, well, go ahead, Damon. What do you think?
Well, for a minute, it took me a minute to get out of the political aspects of the
Yeah, because I think they
word.
bastardized it, man. I think they just took it and destroyed it. But go ahead, Damon.
Right. And then after that, the only thing I could think about is how it was hijacked. You know what I'm saying? How it was
Mhm.
hijacked and twisted and turned into what they wanted to be. And you cannot stay the same if people are being oppressed. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to stab at it. You can't keep the same policies and keep everything the same way if there are certain aspects of your community being oppressed. You know what I'm saying? There has to be some type of amendment. You know what I'm saying? To do right things. So, in terms of conservative, as far as being married, having kids, work, your job, and go to church and all that stuff. Of course, man. I believe in it in that aspect. It's something that kept us strong. If you want to know the truth, as a black community, that's what kept us together. And organized. Most of the organizations were through conservative churches. You know,
Yeah.
so that
Yeah,
part of it,
it's an outline. It's an outline in which you can amend that outline any way you want, but it's an outline to work from. You know what I mean? Because I think if we're not careful, we go down that rabbit hole, man. And because I mentioned, I purposely said, look, not from the political sense, because just like I said, they used liberals and conservatives. They use that to divide and have hostility, right? But me, I personally feel the Black community is probably one of the most conservative communities, meaning that you're ultra aware of who you are and the people that's around you. This is how I use being a conservative, right? So let me do this real quick, then I want y'all to follow up if you got something else. I Googled it. A conservative is a person or philosophy favoring traditional values, whatever you think traditional values are, right? Established customs and cautious gradual change over radical innovation. Politically, it emphasizes limited government, you know what I'm saying? Free markets, individual liberties, strong national defense. Now, think about what it says. First, it says limited government, the political part of it, limited government, right? Then you follow it up with free market. That's not clashing. Because what they do is wrap it around. What we mean by free market is, you know, you're able to go and become this businessman and work these things. But you said limited government. So you're saying the government, you don't have, the government has no say in the matter and let you go run loose or ragged in what you're doing, right? And the government has no say so. So it's a clash right there.
I mean, a true conservative wouldn't need governmental oversight. A true conservative could police themselves.
Because I'm sorry, Jaquan, go ahead. That's a good point. I wanted to piggyback.
Okay, but I was just going to say, and you can always tell, how extremely conservative a community is by the way they treat their old people.
Wow. Okay. Guys in the comments, if you have any, I want you to follow up with that, Jaquari.
I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
But guys in the comments, if you have, please share, and then we'll come to you, Damon.
Yeah, but you take our community for instance or whatever. We don't necessarily put our old folks in homes, whatever. We take care of them. And other communities would say it's because we don't have the resources. Yes, we do. Yes, we do have the resources. We control a lot of money in this country. We would rather keep our mothers and fathers and grand in the house with us.
Okay.
So so we take care of them ourselves. I mean, you don't see a lot of white families with the elders living in the house. I don't.
I mean, I get what you're saying because it's always promoted. That is what was senior living communities. You know what I mean? That's always promoted. So I understand why you would say that, Jaquari. But go ahead and finish.
Okay. Damon,
what you think?
As I'm sitting up and thinking about it, man, if I'm being honest, man, I kind of vacillate between the two. You know what I'm saying? Conservative, liberal, whatever, But
shit.
I'm always thinking about some type of progressive thing happening. You know what I'm saying? If you're not looking to get things better, because the Constitution, man, it sounded good for the landowners and the politicians and all that stuff. It was about them. You know what I'm saying? Then they had to add amendments. They had to add these different things. So that's a progressive mindset and thought to me. I don't think it's all one thing. I think it goes back and forth. And there's a mixture of, all different, types of political parties. Hell, yeah, I want them to be progressive and giving out Pell Grants and student loans in Michigan state loans. I mean, Michigan state, what we used to get when they give us money. So you live in the state of Michigan. I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? That builds up middle class. That helps people come from poverty level into the middle class. You got to have some type of government assistance in that. So I think they take it a little too far, man, with the dumb shit. Oh man, we don't want the government involved in that. But leave my Medicaid alone. And plus, man, that Social Security I was taking out of my check, I don't need that. Just letting it, man. You know what I'm saying? If it's working for you, you with it. If it's not, and people that it worked for, but they still against it, make that shit make sense, man. These people give conservatism a bad name and a bad look, as far as I'm concerned. But that was just the stuff that was going through my head. I'm like, at some point it just become labels.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think.
I hope I was rambling, but
when were you
emotional.
rambling? When were you rambling? I don't.
No, I was just making a little joke, man. I was just making a joke. I was just feeling a certain type of way about that, man.
That was a low key pat yourself on the back. Say I was rambling. Then I come in and like, no, you wasn't, sir. You weren't rambling.
And you were right on time, bro. Thank you. Thank you.
You're more than welcome, sir. You're more than welcome. Like, I think, and this is the next thing I'm gonna ask you guys is it difficult for you, and this is along the lines of being conservatism and liberalism and all this stuff, right? Do you need to stand against something? Do you need other people to be with you? I'm not talking about to cure. I'm talking about as an individual, you have a problem with something. Do you need somebody to co-sign you? Do you need company in your stance? Damon, what do you think?
In the beginning, I think you need some type of support, man. You know what I'm saying? At least have the feeling that somebody else out there feels the same way you do, or somewhat close to it. And then over time, it becomes part of your constitution, and it becomes who you are. But initially, you want some supporters, man, just to feel like you got alone, man, out there by yourself. Look, that's just my opinion.
Like you got it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ja'Quari, what do you think?
I don't. And not to push back, Damon, but I don't feel that it's necessary at all for me. If I stand alone in something, it sort of reinforces the point for me. But I am open. I am open, to change.
That's how I've always been myself. I've said this before during this podcast and over these last 4 years, man. I wanted to be like everybody else. I wanted to be a part of the group. I wanted to be with my peers, no matter what my peers were doing. I wanted to be included in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what ended up happening, I think God made it that way because he put that extra thing in me. Well, I was not included in a lot of stuff, right? Even if I was standing there, even if I could have contributed to it, I was not included in it. So when I started to drop my lip and say, nobody likes me and all of this, right? I heard myself say it. And this is very, very young man. I heard myself say that. Nobody likes me. And I became furious. And I said to myself, Keith, how dare you? Because I always had this cynical mind, like the cool kid. You know how you go up in elementary, junior high, high school, everybody, that's the cool kid. That's so-and-so. Look at him. Look at her. Blah, blah, blah. And you be the one person standing there like, oh, she cute. But she got a pie face. You saying that to yourself. You're not saying it out loud because you want to be a part of the group, right? So when I started understanding, hey, man, they don't want you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about I was isolated and alone. No. Oh, they didn't want you to be there.
Man, her mentality, man, will bastardize a good idea. I'm sorry, Keith, cut you off.
Yeah, but but yeah, I through negative reinforcement, I found myself. And I said, I'm not going to treat nobody like that. And just like I said, I saw people for who they were. And I'm an old head right now, and I still feel the pull sometimes. Until the checks and balances came in. Okay, let me Google this. Let me see this. Let me know this. You know what I'm saying? I investigated and say, oh, okay, no, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. That's just how I felt.
No, man, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, sir.
No, the times where I had the air quotes opportunity to run with the crowd or whatever, man, I the ones that I remember, I didn't really like myself much in those situations. I became a caricature, man. I became a caricature of who I really was. So I would have, conversations with people about different things that happened or whatever, and I wouldn't even remember it because it wasn't me.
Mm. That's real. Damon, what you think?
I guess my experience, man, was hell. I was always with you. You know what I'm saying? And whoever you were cool with, I was cool with. And I just hung out with y'all, man. Then it morphed into my own thing. You know, so I mean, I just automatically fit in.
And that's the thing with you, not to cut you off. I was not exclusionary when it came to both of y'all. If I was doing it, y'all was doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's part of not being able to be not being included in things. I was like, well, look, I don't want my brothers to feel like this. So if I got a sweet piece of candy, I'm gonna make sure they get their own package of candy. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. You look out for your bros. But and Damon, Jaquari, and folks in the chat on YouTube and Facebook, this is sort of a taking random topics out and emotional topics. See what it is, right? Now that was stand alone. Do you have a problem with standing alone? Right? Now, my next question, and we'll start with you, Jaquari. Have you ever, one, stood alone and everybody told you that you was a fool for standing alone, then you ended up being right?
Yeah.
So without going into depth of what it is, tell me the feeling behind that, during and after.
I was let down because I didn't share what I was doing, to get that boost of esteem or whatever. But I wasn't let down, but I was disappointed because you know, the situation that I was involved in or whatever, man, it was, you know, it was a win for me, man. And I was like, shit, well, I'm just gonna do this. I wanted to do this my whole entire life, so I'm just gonna do it. And when I started to do it, I became successful at it. Became very successful at it, man. You know, and I wanted to share. I wanted to share those stories and those scenarios, man. But when I did, you know, it wasn't received the way, you know. I don't feel like it was received the way, you know, I would receive uh, uh, information from them, you know, about something that they were into,
Okay.
you know. Yeah, so just disappointed and, you know, just let down and disappointed. But it was
And what
not. I mean,
about you? Yo, go ahead,
but
John. Go ahead, Jaquan.
I'm sorry, but never to like an emotional level, man. That I would put somebody down.
Okay. What about you, Damon? Have you stood alone and everybody questioned your judgment, and then you end up being right? What take us through it and tell us what that felt like.
If I was wrong and they scrutinized me and came at me and I turned out to be right, I felt a certain way about it. And a lot of times I spoke on it. Absolutely. With my whole chest. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I definitely did. I'm not going to sit up here and lie about it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It all depends on how much scrutiny they giving me. You know what I'm saying? If they making me look dumb, oh man, you don't know what the hell you talking about. You don't know what this. Yeah. Of course, I'm getting at them. Absolutely.
Especially if it's a bunch of men. Yeah, you're right.
Man, please, man. Are you okay? We gonna see and go let it linger for a while. Absolutely. I'm not even gonna sit up here and hold you up, bro.
Okay. Let's flip it and we'll start with you, Damon. Well, let me say, it's been many times that I was on the opposite side of things and ended up being right, but did not say a word unless it's personal, like personal between me and you guys. Would not say a word. I would just keep moving. And they and a couple times they would approach me and say, "You know what, man? You was right. Right about what? You know what I'm saying?"
Can you be a little bit more specific? What else?
Yeah, and Damon, if they was being a dickhead, they wouldn't have to come up to me. I'm going to them like, see what I was talking about? See what I was talking about? But me personally, I reveled in, especially if it was something serious, reveled in getting it right. So I and whoever would listen would be unblemished because I paid enough attention not to go down that road. Now, Jaquari, we'll start with you. Have you felt you were so right, and then find out later that you was wrong? How did you handle it?
Well, after I got past thinking how to save face on the situation, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, many times I had to go to people, men and women, and say, you know what, hey man, you was right in front of people, front of people.
Yep.
Hopefully the same people I may have challenged them on in front of. But yeah, I think it's important, you know, just for me, as I call myself a man, because I stand on my word. I like to say I stand on my word. So when I'm wrong, I say that I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I say that I'm wrong, and I apologize for
it. Yeah. Damon, what about you?
I try to do that as much as possible. If I'm wrong, man, and I'm dug in, and then it's proven that I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? If I offended somebody or you know, got up to somebody for, of course I'm gonna apologize. I said, man, you was right. I was wrong. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? That don't, it's just the right thing to do.
Yeah.
In my eyes. I mean, how foolish you look, man, when it's proven that you're wrong and you still standing on this shit. You know what I'm saying? You look dumb.
10 toes. 10 toes.
Hey, that dictionary is not right. I know.
Yeah. Okay. In our community, what do you think? Do we mind our business even if, say, it's worst case scenario? Your neighbor who you know for a long time, but your neighbor is in doing some domestic violence to their mate, right? Do you stay silent, or do you want to stay silent? Let me put it. I ain't gonna box you in, but do you want to stay silent, or do you want to look for the opportunity to like pull their coat, like, yo, man, what the fuck is you doing? Now, me, my job for 30 years trained me to do that. Knock on that door. Pull them to the side. That's what my job trained me to do. Had I not had that job, unless it is I was personally like, to me, I understand if you think I'm wrong by saying this, right? Unless I take that back. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a buck. If I know somebody and have a relationship with them for years, and I know that they are doing something to their child or their wife or their husband, and I got their ear, I'm gonna confront them. Yes, it's none of my business. But guess what? With you making it possible for me to know this, you throwing me into this mix. Like I said, it ain't about me being right or wrong or getting in somebody else's business. But I couldn't live with myself if I know that somebody was being victimized and I had a chance to do something about it. So, Damon, what you think? What's your opinion?
My opinion is this, man, and I'm not gonna mention no names, but I experienced some shit like that. To this very day, I wish I'd have made a better decision. I wish I would have. I ain't gonna tell you what I would have done. I wish I would have done, but I wish it would have been a whole different situation.
Okay.
And, I have a lot of regrets.
Okay. Jaquari.
She's something to say something. She's something to say something. And just, you're dealing with people, especially when you know them. I mean, the worst thing they can say to you is that you knew.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You knew.
Got you. Let me lighten it up a little bit because I need to lift Damon's, because I understand where you're coming from. And we're going to lighten it up a little bit. You out in the bar, right? And you have a relationship with a coworker, female coworker, and y'all good friends. She knows your wife. She's good friends with your wife and everything, right? And you hadn't met her husband, but you invited him over to the house, had dinner, and you got to know the husband and all this, right? The husband knows your face. You're out in the bar, right? This actually happened to me. That's why I'm even speaking on it. You're out in the bar, and you see the husband come in. Now, this is a bar that you frequent. Now, this husband, before you met him, he probably came in here many, many times on this type of time, right? But since you know him, he come in there, and he's hugged up with another woman that not your friend, right? I got two questions. One is, would you tell your friend? No, not would you tell him? Would you want to tell her what's going on? And what is your reason why you do and you don't?
Well, how you said you had a similar experience, or it actually happened to you?
No, it actually happened to me, but I'm gonna get to it.
Did he see you?
I'm gonna get to it, brother. I want you guys to answer it first. I'm gonna get to it. I ain't gonna leave you hanging.
I'm just saying, if the dude see me and still like don't give a shit, then why should I give a shit?
What elaborate on that? What do you mean?
I'm talking about in terms of, hey man, if you no, I wouldn't do no snitching and shit, but I'll be like, come on, dude, really? You know what I'm saying? You don't see me standing here? You know, if me and his wife have that type of relationship, we friends like that. It's like, dude, you don't see me standing here? You know what I'm saying? I would do something like that. Absolutely.
Okay. Jaquari.
Well, I know whatever I do, I might need to prepare myself for me and the wife not to associate. Because if you see me, then I know he gonna backbite because he got something to lose here.
Okay.
You know, and I do the best I can to stay out of people's relationships, man. I do. You know.
Okay. And I respect that. Because you and Damon pretty much said the same thing, but this is how I relate to you guys. But when it came to, do you see me? You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. But what I was alluding to with my experience was a coworker. Been working with this young lady for maybe 10 years. God-fearing, love her husband, used to talk about her husband all the time, the whole nine, right? And I seen him in passing, but never got to like be officially introduced. So one day I got introduced to him. Hey man, how you doing, brother? Good, cool. I said to myself, oh, he seemed cool, right? So one day I'm in a club, sitting on the corner of my bar, because that's what I used to like to do that. Just sit up there, listen to the music, and sip a little bit, right? And me and another friend, another coworker. The coworker grew up with this young man. So they got a good relationship. He comes over, he was out with his fellas, been drinking a little bit, the whole nine. And as far as I was concerned, I didn't see him doing anything because I wasn't paying attention to him like that. I could give a fuck what you in here doing because I'm in here for a reason, right? So, you know, he came over here chopping it up with us, laughing and joking and all this stuff. And I guess he got out there and started getting his grind on in this, right? And what he ended up doing was he comes back later and I'm chilling. He comes back later like, yeah, man, you good, man. You seem like a good brother and this, that, and the other, man. You know, and I've been having a lot of fun tonight and all of this. And yeah, man, but look, we know that such and such ain't got to hear about this. Now I'm sipping my brew like this. So I asked the man, hey, wait a minute, what? I said, what? What you talking about, man? You know, look, this ain't got to get back to my house when you go back to work. I looked at this. I said, and I actually told him, I said, what? I didn't cuss him out because, you know, but I said, you don't know who I am, do you? I said, why the hell would I go back and say anything? And why in the hell do you think I give a fuck what you doing in here? I said, man, that was probably the most corny. What you in here doing? What you think I'm gonna run back? Why? I don't want your woman. I ain't no back. And then I felt myself getting angry because I felt like I was trying to prove my loyalty to this motherfucker. Now I'm getting even more angry. I'm sitting up on my stool. I'm pointing at him. Like, who the fuck? And then my man came over and like, yo, man, you good, strong? I said, you know what this stupid mother just said to me? And I ran it down. He looks at him and he shakes his head. And then he said, why? And I said, that's my question, motherfucker, why? My man, he got it all red in the face, and man, I apologize. I said, you don't need to apologize, man. Go, get the fuck away from me, man.
Damn.
Come try to play me corny. That's that corny shit.
But that situation, Keith, is a prime example of why I said that I would prepare myself not to be her friend no more. Because they don't tell her what the hell. Yeah, I was a strong.
I didn't care.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. I didn't care. And then, like I said, it was one of them, I'm having a good time, and you just came in and tried to stick a pin into my good time. No, sir.
Okay, you been trying to piss on trees, huh, Keith?
I mean, come on, man. I'm like, you see I'm worked up now, but the audacity. You out here, you might be out here trying to do your thing and all this, but why would you think that I care what you're doing? And secondly, why would you think if that woman is my friend, I would go back with some bullshit to fuck her harmony up? I saw her that Monday. Oh yeah, man, my husband said he saw you, and he said that you're a real good guy. And I said, and is.
But see, I mean, if he's trying to cover tracks, then why he mentioned it?
Because he's trying to cover tracks, he tried to beat me to the punch.
Yeah, fuck that, man. Look, if he was on his game when he seen you, he would have left. Sloppy.
It was that corny stuff, man. I was just. It took me. I'm gonna tell you why I reacted that way. It took me by surprise. Mm-hmm. That's what it did. It took me by surprise. I'm like, you don't even know me, and you coming to me with this BS, man. Come on, brother. I'm Rodney King. Can't we all just get along? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
People's I don't know for the life of me, man. I don't know why, man, but people's perception of me, man, kind of bothers me, man. Like some of the people I work with, they think I'm a square, and I'm thinking that's sort of the reason why he might have approached me like that. Did he think?
Yeah, it might be the energy, but then he found out that I was the wrong man to even think about talking, and made him look like what he was. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm like this. because I'm like, man, who do you corny ass? How dare you? You know what I'm saying? But you know,
did he ever find out anything?
no.
I thought you were talking. I thought you was like he was like in front of you, like, man, fuck you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was like on that type of thing. Man, I don't fuck that motherfucker. You know?
No. Look, that would have been a different narration right there.
That's why I said. That's why I said what I said. For real, dude. You know what I'm saying? This way we at with this bullshit. You know? But all that else, fuck that, man. I gotta.
What'd you say?
No, never mind.
Did you find that during your surfing days through social media, right? Let's make it a little light. Did you find something on social media that you thought was hilarious and you wanted to share with people? Whether you shared it or not, did you find something that was so hilarious you wanted other people to know how funny this is to you?
Yeah. I called you today. Did you have a chance to look at it?
No, I didn't get a chance to look.
You did. The title is "Who is the stupidest person in Trump's administration?" No, he said Hegseth is the stupidest person in Trump's administration. Then he went through this whole thing where he was showing the man just looked ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And I got quite the enjoyment out of that shit because I was thinking to myself, finally somebody is able to articulate what I see when I see these guys, man, talking. And it's like, you know, how long do I subject myself to the stupidity? You know what I'm saying? And if I do, I'm going to find some humor in it, man. And it's going to solidify what I already witnessed in it. Like, man, these guys are some stupidest motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Do they even hit themselves? Do they watch their film, man? Do they go back and watch themselves? It's like, wow, man. That lets you know you ain't got no friends, man. Because if you had a friend, a real friend, they'd be like, hey, man, you know that line, man, when you sounded really dumb and shit? Yeah, don't do that no more.
Don't do it again.
and I'm your friend. I'm the only one that's gonna tell you, man. You know, you sound ridiculous, man. America should tell Trump, thank you, sir. With all this misery going around, what the fuck they thanking me for? You know what I'm saying?
Benita said the lady who crawled out the back of the police car window with handcuffs. Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah, she has. Hey, I saw that. She didn't fall on her back. No, she got that giddy up and was gone.
What about you, Jabbar? What about you?
I was on my reels, man. It was these girls. It was probably either New York or New Jersey, right? And they was out on the block and they was fighting. And you know they were squared up or whatever. One of them had a pretty good stance, right? So she shot out a jab and hit the other girl in the eye. The other girl said, "Oh my God!" And she was rolling all over the ground and all that, man. You know, and she was like, you know, the fight is over. And she went there to, you know, to fight the girl to punch her in the eye. It's over. It's over. And no, it ain't. It wasn't over.
You saw them stars.
Smelt that pain.
Yeah. If people don't know, ain't never had that experience, that's a real thing.
It's a real thing. You smell pain. The one I seen, I seen it about two weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks, but it entertains me so much every single time it comes across my timeline. The rapper Finesse 2 Times. He was live on IG, and he was talking about the woman of the mother of his children. Told him that she wanted some groceries. She needed some money for food and groceries. So he said he goes to the grocery store, and he didn't get the name brand stuff, but he got the stuff that's gonna fill his kid's stomach. Yeah.
Mm.
You know, not he said he didn't get all name, but he did, Salisbury steaks. He was on that, right? And he got angry because his kid's mom was like, she didn't want that because they wasn't name brand and all. So he went on the rant. And he was talking about his upbringing. And he leaning into the phone. He raised it, he shaking his head like that. When I was like, I had to eat canned Merc, powdered Merc. And every time he said something, he leaned into it, he's shaking his head. What he said? Pancakes without the syrup. Oh my God, man. I laugh my butt off every single time, man.
That's some miserable shit, man.
I was talking about it today, man. Remember pet milk? I told my wife, I said, hey man, we used to eat our cereal with pet milk. You know what I'm saying? On the bottom.
And a little bit of water.
Put it on over your Frosted Flakes. Put it over your Frosted Flakes, turn the water on. And then get enough where when you dilute it, it turns into milk. All the time. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? Powdered milk,
You said Frosted Flakes. See, I ain't having Frosted Flakes till I was grown up and by now.
I'm sorry.
The regular corn flakes.
I'm sorry. There it is. Cornflakes. Cornflakes.
Well, for some reason, I remember Wheaties.
You know what? For a long time, Wheaties was my favorite meal. I didn't like all that.
Yeah, man.
Wheaties and Captain Crunch. I didn't like the other stuff. But Wheaties was delicious, man.
Yeah.
It was, man. But I had to stop eating it, man, because I didn't know that shit was fibrous as it was.
Fibrous.
Fucking my stomach
That's
up, man.
what it was.
I eat a half a mixing bowl of that shit, man. And stomach be fucked up for 2 days.
You was regular.
Oh man.
Look. Wheaties with the canned Merc. Yeah, man. But you remember the ones that came in a plastic bag, the big ones? Like they're supposed to be Fruit Loops, but there was Fruit Lops. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I could tell the difference too, bro.
Look. Johnny, the mountain lion. Oh yeah. Look, our hungry asses used to destroy it though. Ain't have a problem with it. I'm gonna tell you when I became resourceful. Our grandmother, when she showed us how to cook, that changed my whole life, man. Changed my whole life. Cause when our mother and father was at work, and y'all looking at me like, hey man, what we gonna eat? I go look in the refrigerator. I was like, okay, wait a minute. Here's some eggs. Okay, we'll cook up a couple eggs. Now, when I finally learned how to cook fried sausage links, man, we was eating hearty.
Man, sausage, man. You know how we used to get the uncased sausage just in a pack or whatever, man. I would fry up like a couple of Big Mac patties, a sausage or whatever, man. I'm surprised I didn't get the goddamn worms, man. You know, I know I wasn't cooking that shit right for a long time.
Now, our cousin Gracie taught me how to cook pork. Say,
Yo,
don't ever
I was
eat
gonna-
no bacon and no pork if it's pink. It's got
I
to be white.
I was going to tell y'all what's worse here. Actually, I was worse cereal you ever tasted, but y'all moved on to the meat.
Re-
No,
Eggs.
No, we're still open.
You know,
Go ahead. What's the
okay.
worst for you?
The one with the frog. Oh,
no, Diggle snack.
You ain't like
Yeah.
Diggle snacks?
hell no, man. I thought that was the word. Was it like barley?
I don't Diggle.
No. That was the little puff. Diggum was the little puffy, sugary puffy joints. You talking about the brand cereal
Oh, you talking
Yeah.
about?
where they was like there was a piece of bark that you put in a bowl and you put the milk over it.
You talking about?
Horrible.
You talking about grape nuts?
Not
No, I'm
grape
talking about
nuts. No.
is it Sugar Smack? Not Sugar Smack.
Yeah,
That's the one with the frog. No. Sugar Smack was
the bear.
The bear.
Yeah,
Sugar
I'm
Man.
talking about the one with the frog. That cereal was nasty, man.
It was both the same kind of cereal.
It was the same kind of cereal.
Yeah, but for me, man, it was grape nuts, man. I didn't understand it. I'm like, this is crumbs. These
What you talking about?
should have even
I hated it until I got in college, man.
really.
Yeah. With some cold milk and put the sugar in that.
Yeah,
I hated it then. I hated it up until then. Yeah.
that stuff was like somebody wiping off the tables in the shop, man, when you sawing wood and shit.
You ever tried them warm?
More.
Warm.
No.
Yeah, that's the thing. You warm your grape nuts up.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna drink no warm
It's
milk.
along the lines of like oatmeal, right?
Mm.
I get it.
I ain't gonna drink no warm milk. That's out of the question, bro.
Oh
Man,
no, hell no.
absolutely
No.
not, man.
Nah, man. Let me see. Another thing, when our grandma taught us how to fry fish, scale them and fry them. Shit, them Saturday afternoons when mom then was at the Masons and Easter Star meetings and shit. I used to fry that shit up, boy. Cut the head off. Let's go. Bluegill. You know what I'm saying? Look, all kinds. Whiting.
And y'all used to persecute me for being strange or whatever, man. But every time every time Odell caught some fish and brought them over to grandma, man, I had to clean them motherfuckers. And I'm talking
Yeah, I
about
had to too.
like
Me too.
look, I cleaned a carp, man. That was about 50 pounds, man. It was like operating on a baby, man. I was like, damn.
But see, that's crazy that grandma had you clean a carp, because you gotta clean a carp a special kind of way. Because if you cut wrong, it's gonna spoil the whole fish. Like its bladder or something is gonna leak into the meat of the fish.
Yeah, but
That's why a lot of people. That's like why a lot of people didn't eat carp.
that's any animal. I mean, I guess I did it right, but that's any animal. I mean, you know, get in.
What'd you say, Jaquar?
Yeah.
I guess I did it right. Yeah, man. But you know what I hate that they changed. I don't know if they changed one of them, but I hate that you cannot eat potted meat in these days of time, or Vienna sausages and Spam. But I think Spam has always been what it was, man. You know what I'm saying? But the other day I bought a can of Vienna sausages, bro. I was mad. I said, this don't taste like it used to taste. Let me try it with a cracker. It's still the same.
Well, I done finished the whole can and nothing's changed.
Nothing.
It's too salty for me, man. I can't eat that
Vienna
stuff.
sausage? Vienna
It's
sausage?
just too salty, man.
I eat it for anything. But potted meat, man, I can't remember last time I had some potted meat.
Potted meat
that
is
look, that used to be a staple with cheese, hog head cheese, and potted meat.
I'll stop eating hog head cheese when I saw that long ass hog hair in that joint. That's it
Look,
for me.
I stopped eating it when it was gelatin, bro. I took a page and it was a big old gelatin spot up in there. I said, nope.
Yeah. But potted meat ain't nothing but Vienna sausage just smashed up.
I believe that.
That shit got some kind of sauce in it, man. And plus, man, shit, I was led to believe that potted meat was grown folks.
That's probably why I eat them, because we was always denied, man.
Yeah.
But you know what? Our dad taught us how to be. He inadvertently taught us how to be bachelors. Because when them afternoons in the summertime when we all three of us was with him, he said, y'all hungry? He'll go to the butcher shop, get the liverwurst. He'll get the Kobe cheese, sharp cheese, cheddar cheese, and a big box of crackers. He said, y'all go ahead and have at it. And I still do that to this day, man. But tell you.
Man, y'all remember that old butcher shop we used to go to that was downtown here?
Yeah. That's where he got it from. Yeah. Bologna. It ain't nothing like butcher shop bologna. It don't taste like nothing that you get in the store, man.
Yes, that's beef, isn't it?
Yeah.
The rest of that stuff be like chicken mix and all that mixed with everything else.
All right, well.
Yeah, I'm hungry now.
Me too. This is why I'm even talking about it.
What in the slave hell is y'all talking about? You hungry?
Yep.
For some potted meat and body sausage?
I'll think about some Vienna sausage. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
With some crackers, with some townhouses, or them rounds. That sounds good right about now.
Look. Kansas sardine. Oh yeah.
Yep.
What?
And a big old grapefruit, Fago. Not grapefruit, strawberry. Fago.
Yeah.
What niggerdom has this turned into?
Oh my God, man.
Hey man.
Coming from the fact that you was at the table with us the whole time, how dare you say
I don't eat that shit anymore.
Okay.
How dare you?
Last time I had some briny sausages, man, I put them in a skillet. Put me a little jar on.
That's happening, man.
Yeah, but it's refined. Y'all just probably sit around and get your fork and eat them out the can and shit.
Look, as long as I pour out the juice first, that's
what I'm saying. You got to pour out that juice. Yeah.
You got to say the juice to make soup later on.
You stick the fork in the middle one, and then you just move it around a little bit so it can come out easier.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm a tuna fish man. I'm basic tuna fish, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I used to eat tuna fish with what we call it? Miracle Whip. Yeah, man. Until I got it in college, and I asked the lady, "Hey, you ain't got no Miracle Whip back there?" Right? She looked and said, "Do you know that's not mayonnaise?" He said, "Don't it taste sweet?" Because you can eat you can easily, if you're hungry enough, you can easily eat a Miracle Whip sandwich, man. But then I looked at the side of it because it's cool, right? But I looked at the side of, I saw the ingredients, I saw how much sugar is in there. Damn, they hitting us in the head like ketchup. You know, ketchup is good because it's supposed to be tomato, right? But you got corn syrup in there. That's why everybody love ketchup, bro. You know they throw corn syrup in a lot of stuff, bro.
But make mayonnaise make sense to me. Make it make sense.
I don't
I mean,
know,
what is
man.
what's the actual taste?
You're right. I get it, but it tastes good with it on a sandwich, though, bro. It does.
I put my Miracle Whip on there and dice me a few onions up in there, raw onions.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? What mama used to put? She used to put an egg. No, that was to make croquettes.
Hey, when's the last time y'all had an egg salad?
The other night, the other day, me and grandbaby.
Been a minute. They good, man.
Yep.
I always used to say, because I used to like in the summers or whatever, and mom and grandma they buy them 24 packs of eggs or whatever, and I'll boil me 3, 4, whatever, throughout the day, 4, 5 times a day, make egg salad or whatever. And I'm like, shit, I'm gonna crush me some bacon up with these motherfuckers someday.
Yeah.
Chefing it up. All right, well look, we're going. The last question of the day is a semi. This is opinion based for both you guys. Everybody know that the Ivy cat that was with the Pistons. He was with the Pistons, got traded in Chicago. He had some things to say about the LGBTQ community, right? Well, really, he had to, not that he had something to say. What he said was he didn't like that the NBA giving them their week, Pride Week or something like that, and it was from his religious base. And then, 24 hours later, he was cut from the Chicago Bulls. Do you guys have an opinion about it? And folks in the chat, if you got an opinion about it, hit us up. But do you have an opinion about it? I mean, because the Bulls is a private organization. So unless it's blatant, they could do just about whatever they want to do, right? If he violated whatever was in his contract, right? But my thing is, what do you think about them letting him go? I'm not talking about the money. I'm not talking about him being, but like them thinking that he insulted that community, right? What is your opinion about it?
I think he suffered the consequences, same consequences the white man would have suffered if he said something about the black community. Yeah, and that's, or at least that's probably going to be the spin. But it just harkens back to that question you asked earlier about standing alone. I'm quite sure he knew that there were going to be heavy consequences. Did he think he was going to lose his job? Who knows what his convictions are? He might have been prepared to lose his job. I don't watch stuff about sports, so I don't know exactly what he said.
I mean, I didn't actually see his comments, man, but how egregious were they, man? I mean, was he like over the top? Because the reason why I'm asking that, because I'm thinking, because I haven't seen it, I'm thinking if he would have been white, would it have been the same results? And claiming conservative or being conservative, would it have been the same thing?
But that's like asking how racist was the state? I mean, like, it doesn't matter.
Apparently, this to the Bulls it mattered. And plus, what was his productivity? What wasn't he hurt? When he on the injury?
it was hurt anyway. Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? If it was
They
some
let
type
him
of
go.
value,
They let him go with conduct detrimental to the team. You know, I'm trying to see some of the things that he supposedly said. But I think it was just mostly directed towards his faith. You know what I mean? But basically, what the Bulls are saying is it was anti-gay. His remarks, you know, and looking at the bigger picture, what's your opinion about it? Looking at it from a broader sense, like me personally, if it was in his contract not to say things, not specifically toward the community, but not to say things that's going to hurt the image of the team, and he signed that contract, then I understand why he was let go. If I thought it was a shame, yes. You know,
Did he make
but
did he make a statement after he was let go?
yeah, they say he doubled down.
There you go.
we're here. He believed that, man. That's what he believed. He doubled down after getting cut, let go. He's standing on it, man. That don't mean I agree with anything he said. I'm just saying, like Corey said, sometimes you stand alone. I guess that's what he figured he was doing.
And then some people are coming out saying that he's going through emotional trauma. You know what I mean? Maybe bipolar. You know, or some kind of thing that affects his judgment. Okay. I hope if the brother needs help, I pray that he gets help. And I pray that all parties involved, you know, have some love to where it's not, you know what I mean, where he's not persecuted for his beliefs, you know what I mean?
Well, for me, it just introduces a whole new slippery slope, man. Because any time an African American, probably for from now on, man, says or does something that's out of step with the norm, the air quotes norm. I mean, people are going to report it. People are going to put it out there. You know,
I'm, a, I'm sorry. Bro.
And that goes back to the conservative conversation about conservatism that we had earlier. I mean, there's going to be black people who stand with him on his every word. You know, and at one point in time, I hate to be this guy, but at one point in time, we were a polarizing topic ourselves. I mean, we still are. Whether you agree with person's choices and lifestyles or not, man. When everybody's oppressed, the last thing you need to do is be build a wall. Now I understand the history between us in that community, us and you know, the Latino community, us and other minority communities or whatever. I get it. I understand that. But we cannot be the catalyst of any kind of negative press. And I'm not saying that, you know, because I don't know what he said.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it, man.
Okay.
I'm intrigued now. I want to know exactly what he was saying. You know?
I'm trying to
And,
look for it.
be able to
I had it pulled up earlier.
And I don't
I
want
had
to
to
make it
pull
sound like I'm trying to admonish him either, man, because you know, he had his right to say what he wanted to say. You know, his American right to free speech or whatever, and he paid the consequences. You know,
So one of the things he said was the world proclaims LGBTQ right. They proclaim Pride Month, and the NBA does too, to celebrate unrighteousness. And he said the Bulls was lying, said they were liars because he, of his actions being detrimental to the team. And then, you know, he went on to say that the reason why they did it because they don't know Jesus Christ. And then what he did was after he got released, he went and defended his claim.
what else is he to do?
Huh?
What else is he to do? I mean, in his mind, you know, if he would try to walk it back, you know, and save some sort of face, he still wouldn't get the job.
Yeah. 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 All right. Any parting words, gentlemen? But go ahead, Damon.
I'm just saying. I'm just thinking. I mean, did he call a press conference and say, "Hey, man, I got some things to say"?
No.
Or did somebody ask him a question?
He was off work and went Instagram live, and he did all this.
Oh,
Private lives ain't private.
Yeah. All right. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed the show, guys. Any last words? Well, before that, Tiffany, LaFloria, Lawrence Reed, Keith Barnes. Thank you guys for your comments. Thank you for letting us go. Sister-in-law, thank you very much. You started us off with a bang, and the momentum just went from there.
yeah, it was a good jump start, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, any last words, Damon?
Man, always a pleasure, man. Spending time with you guys, man. It's really important to me. And plus, have a good holiday weekend, man. Enjoy the family. And you guys doing anything?
No, I'm not. We're not. Jaquari.
Well,
You know, I just can't believe it. You just stepped over me like that. You stepped all over me.
What do you mean?
You thoroughly enjoyed it. What do I say every week to end the show?
Oh my
For
God.
for years, for years I've been saying that shit.
My
For
God.
years, anytime you got this last word, yeah, gentlemen,
I
I
tell
thoroughly
you what.
enjoyed the conversation, and I look forward to the next.
hey, he did kind of coin that.
Fuck, I'm the Russell Simmons of this shit. Well,
Oh, man.
maybe that might be.
Yeah.
My bad.
That It is kind of a thing.
Well, look. As the words was coming out, it was flowing. So hey, man, I know. Okay, this sounds good. Let me go ahead and claim it.
Yeah, what
that was funny.
What grandma used to say, I just can't have nothing, can I?
I can't have nothing. Look at you.
Look at just licking up everything. Just licking up everything. Other people got to eat around here.
Other people, that was their favorite thing, boy, especially when you had your plate. You know what I'm saying? Not Keith now. Not Keith.
Yeah, this what always got me. And you know, she was stuffed like a cat. You in there fishing all the meat out the pot. Yeah. There's food flying all over the damn place.
Yeah.
He's like, caught that.
Missed that one.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna be here next week, man. Great show, guys.
I'm
Yeah, no, y'all, man. Y'all stay safe.
I'm glad
you guys enjoy this resurrection weekend. And you guys stay safe. And brothers, love y'all.
Love you too, bro.
And we'll see you next week. Hey, I'm sorry. Go to Strong's Perspective Podcast on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. Build our numbers up. You know, we got a good. Did y'all notice we had a good group tonight? Now at one time we had about almost 30 people watching us.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing. But this is Strong Perspective Podcast. Make sure you go like, share, and subscribe. And if some of you private owners or businesses or anything, if you want us to, you know, promote you, let us know. We're willing to do so.
Absolutely.
We're willing to let you touch our community.
Yeah, and if anybody got some clothes out there they want me to model, let me know. And send them to me, goddamn. I want to wear some nice shit.
Yeah. This is Strong Perspective Podcast. We'll see you next week. Peace.